certainly I don't think psychotherapy is a precondition to taking psychedelics. I mean, psychotherapy is, probably the kindest thing you can say about it is that it's a scam. Certainly a person should be sophisticated about the dynamics of psyche. And I would, if Ralph's prescription to have clear intention is followed, I don't think a person would arrive at the brink of a psychedelic experience.
If you needed psychotherapy instead.
If they didn't have a healthy interest in the dynamics of the psyche. Most psychotherapy, as it's currently practiced, is, I think, just... well, as I said at the Albert Hoffman thing, psychotherapy without psychedelics is pissing into the wind and has done a lot more harm than good. What is clear about psychotherapy is that its efficacy depends entirely on the psychotherapist. Freudians, Jungians, Reichians, and what have you-ites all get the same results, which are 1/3 get better, 1/3 get worse, 1/3 stay the same. So clearly method is useless in psychotherapy. It's something about a bonding between two people to sensibly discuss hang-ups. What I think is generally felt to be true among psychedelic researchers is that early psychedelic trips tend to have a personalistic cast to them, tend to address one's hang-ups, problems in relationships, difficulty in coming to terms with parents and loved ones and so forth. But that people who persist with psychedelic experimentation quickly burn through that. No, I think that if there's a relationship between psychotherapy and psychedelic shamanism, it's that psychotherapists must apprentice themselves to psychedelic shamans and must learn what they're doing, because they're doing better than 1/3 get better, 1/3 get worse, 1/3 stay the same. Neurosis in extremely shamanically oriented societies with a tradition of psychedelics is almost unknown. And I saw these people work in the Amazon, and their intuition and their perspicacity in dealing with human situations was clairvoyant, you know. I mean, they just could go right into it. And so I think the relationship between psychotherapy and psychedelic shamanism should run the other way. To my mind, and I've made this metaphor many times, but it gives the right feeling to it, psychedelics are to the study of consciousness what the telescope in the 16th century was to the science of astronomy. And, you know, the telescope was suppressed. I mean, Galileo had to humble himself. Giordano Bruno was burned at the stake. Now they want to suppress the inner telescope, the telescope that brings the stars and galaxies constellated in the human psyche up for close inspection. Well, I suspect they shall have the same fate as they had with the suppression of the telescope. They will just be looked at as pedestrian, plebeian Philistines, and the people who had the good sense to advocate this, people like Ralph Metzner, will be hailed as forward-looking visionaries.